Vincent Barro, Schneider Electric.
Lina Tayari, Let's Talk Tech.
Alors bonjour Vincent.
Salut.
C'est un plaisir de te voir ici à Antibes. Your perspective on the data center market globally and over the next 5 years.
Well, I mean, we can see that there are a lot of trends going on. So AI, quantum computing, the acceleration of demand, on the cloud. So clearly the market's going to grow. I have more perspective on my area, which is the DACH region or Europe. But clearly the business is going to continue, and now we have to find solution to mix these constraints of demand with the sustainability impact and the sustainability needs.
Having smaller data centers locally, positioned as opposed to your mega hyperscaler.
Yeah.
So, and it seems to be this is the next way forward according to this panel. Do you have a view on that?
Yeah, so I mean, it's always in the data center industry, it's never white or black. Okay, so what we clearly see bigger data center coming. So now we have projects in Germany which are more than 100 megawatt one shot, which was not the case in the past. I mean, when I started in the industry, 12 megawatt, 3 phase of 4 megawatt was already something. Now what we see is clearly you have this super huge data center, but we stick to the criticality of small data center, as you said, the edge data center, closer for the application. So it's a mix of two. I have a lot of critical customer for critical service. We need both. But again, I mean, you know what it is in this industry. I mean, edge has been a big talk for many years, maybe for the last 5 years. Now the mega trends are back.
Yes.
It's a mix of both, and it's not.
Yes.
It's not.
So is edge going to make the case environmentally, in the sense that a smaller data center will be less polluting or easier to manage, or position, closer to businesses or closer to communities? Is this business case?
That's a very interesting question, because when we start with the edge, there was this topic of, are these edge data center as critical as the big one? They are. Now, how do you going to put standardization and legislation or sustainable target within small data center? It's extremely complex. And I think it's going to be linked with the internal policy, internal choice of group who implement this type of data center to be sustainable and to be energy efficient.
Is the edge data center similar to on-prem?
Yes, that's the same.
So it will be effectively back to on-prem?
Yeah, so what is interesting is, again, there never been a clear definition of edge. So edge was everything from super small to 4 megawatt. So what is an edge data center? I think the terminology on premises is much better. It's in fact a small or medium data center close to the customer, and everything which is not in the cloud but close to an application or a customer or something that is needed to be fast and efficient. You can call it on-prem, edge. Okay. What is sure is on the industry, we see clearly a rise of this application. Each edge solution is a customized solution because it's linked with an application. Even for us, when we think standardization, this type of things, it is sometimes very complicated to apply on edge solution, because even one customer got 10, 20 sites. Each site is different. Okay. And that's a big difficulty with edge. But both trends are there clearly, and we are positioned well for this.
Data center are both the problem in the sense of being a pollutant at the moment and the solution, because potentially, if a governments can deal with them, or utility companies can deal with them, or developers even, they can be mutual benefits.
Yes, of course.
But this has not happened yet. And what it sounds like, you're calling for more engagement with the general public as well, because, there was a bit of angst from data centers being placed within communities, etc. So I'm very interested in this because I'm a communicator, and it's partly why I have made Let's Talk Tech. So what do you think is a good message to send out to our audiences today? People will be fearful or do not want really data center to be positioned in their neighborhood.
So first of all, I will talk about my company, Schneider Electric. We are really based on sustainability values and purpose driven. So if Schneider is investing in the data center, it's because we really think that it is the solution. Why it is a solution? We were talking this morning about building and grid application. If you want it to be more efficient, what you need? You need software, you need management. When you take all this building without the air conditioning all night and not manage, that's a perfect example of waste. What is the solution? To have a software solution and to play with data center. So why we think in Schneider that data center is a solution? Because you have the electricity 4.0. What it is a mix between digitization and more electricity. And this is the solution to be more efficient for all applications. And in this story, data center have a very big place to play. I'm very proud to work in a data center. And then if you really want to have a solution, let's stop data center, let's stop our whole lifestyle.
Exactly.
Let's stop digital, let's stop your interview because it will not be online. And that's it, and it's not the solution.